Hello, distinguished guests. All protocols duly observed. Victory Ashaka is my name, and I'm simply a poet. So in our contemporary society, anyone you look at and you admire is simply doing something phenomenal in their area of influence, and we refer to them as authorities in their field or as champions. And every champion stands out by being outstanding. So here is a spoken word piece titled, Champion Cultivating a Winning Attitude. Ladies and gentlemen, listen. The cradle of life is subtle with events to undo. Your strength lies in what you can do. The metamorphosis between life and death shows the blueprint of man's instincts, and our realities reveals the imprints we made in the past. From dawn to dusk, why do we only hustle and bustle when life comes with a push? Why not take a break to ponder on our main capabilities or peculiarities as a tactics to stand firm when the real competition of our world begins? But only those who stand out to proceed and succeed while others plead for their needs. Courage is the muscle we use to speak, to subdue those empty voices of illicit imagination saying you are not enough. On the battlefield of the mind, the battle we fight has only two possibilities: to succeed or fail. Apparently, not to succeed is to fail, which is just the first attempt in learning. Fail, first attempt in learning. Learning to be fitly fortified to survive the tug of war where victory is sure. The in-depth knowledge you've got about your identification gives you self-justification for the unification of your physical and mental development. So when the storm of life is up, when fierce wind is about to blow, study to know that you may grow, mature enough to unlock the doorways with keys of tomorrows engrafted in your hands. Staying awake shouldn't stop you from dreaming, because nothing revolutionary was created by dreaming small and buying into limitation. In the place of preparation, champions emerge. Preparation, manifestation before celebration. You can't be a sleeping drone and expect to be enthroned. Until you thrive, you can't arrive. Until you obey the law, you can't be a lord. When you obey the rule, you become a ruler to measure your track record. Tick-tock, the time ticks in this hustle and bustle. Even when you encounter an attack, you can counter the attacker. Because who they ground, no they fall, but person will fall if you break leg. And that you hear a gunshot during war means say you still there alive. So in the face of insecurity, we've got to change our battleground from the mind like a fertile land where we plant the seed of greatness to reap the reward of bountiful harvest to become a champion. As far as your eyes can see, you can reach for the stars without gloominess like diamond in the rough. Because every exceptional potential requires refinement to be the standout swift. If the world is your oyster, you've got to share your gift to become a superstar. Because time is a currency to purchase our desires. Time is a currency to purchase our desires. All that is gold does not glitter. So even if the problem is common to all, the attitude to solve it determines your altitude. So give your hope feathers to fly high like the pop of bubbles, rising high like shooting stars across the night to usher in a joyous daybreak that ends the long night of expectation. I need not to address the need of laughing in the face of wahala. So the pain of an entity becomes an empty thing on this battleground where the crownless can still become a king. So what is beauty without virtues? Handsomeness without impeccable trace? I say, to every man, if you must be a king, you must find your kingdom. To every woman, you're not a lesser human. Being a beauty queen and a man of royalty is to have a higher identity because you're worth more than a sexual commodity. And be more productive than being a reproductive entity. Here is my 2 cents. In the world filled with too many lies, blinded so many eyes, we've got to be wise, not to subject our bodies to lustful disguise, learning to cross those thighs. Every wrong relationship, every toxic relationship could be like a dice, play to deny you an opportunity to arise. Please do not compromise. Because we are entities sent from eternity to humanity to bless human entities. There is a place I know that sprawls with islands, sandbars, hills, and lagoons. A place perceived as the heartbeat, pumping with amazing entertainment, electrifying nightlife, jaw-dropping cultural artifacts, and adorable artworks that make people marvel. A place where buried treasures are unraveled in forms of vibrant young people, like the new bud of May and beacon of hope for a flourishing future. The continent of Africa, the epicenter of cultural transition. So I bring to you Africa Awake. light on the sandy white path of the beach. A convoy of adults and children stroll through life and death, shouting, groaning, and wailing in their ever-chain ornaments like artilleries of fire in clanging, before the indifferent slave driver as the pathfinder, holding a gun and horsewhip in one end and the convoy stock rope in the other end. A little voice at the rear of the slave driver spoke in his native tongue. Where are you taking me to? Does it lead to heaven, to another world, a better world? This little voice was answered with stripes on his back. He gave a yell and fell. This convoy was taken abroad on a ship and were thrown into dark cellars. Will I ever see daylight again? Dear God, please save me. After ages, we still wallow in regret of human merchandise, and our ends turn the dice of blindfold to overshadow our beautiful black blood pumping with strength. The courage to inhabit is diminishing. The profound wisdom from moonlight folktale is vanishing. The art peculiar to the history of our foreigners is tarnishing. Back then, we thought trade by barter was all that mattered, until the weapons, glass, firearms, and gunpowders became instruments of captivity. We were robbed of our dignity and were given a false identity. Woe to those who belittled our humanity and made ceaseless tears flow through the corridors of our community. Able-bodied men who were brave were reduced to slaves and were led to their early graves. We tried to fight for our rights, to hold on to heaven's eyes, and the light on the point of no return was too dim to redeem our sight. Rest in peace to our fallen heroes. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. We will surely pay homage after crossing the bar of bondage into glorious liberty. Freedom is our birthright, and we are the generation to speak up and break the chains, shackles, and manacles of neo-slavery. Freedom from human slavery, social slavery, mental slavery, and black-on-black slavery. Even though we listen to the rhythm of westernization, we must dance to the tunes of African renaissance by overcoming the current challenges confronting our territory. As proteges, we should never accept defeat but strive to achieve great feats till every form of modern-day slavery is trampled under our feet. They try to bury us without knowing that we are seeds. They try to bury us without knowing that we are seeds. Africans cannot permanently endure half slaves and half freed. A house divided against itself cannot stand. So we must protect our brothers because we rise by lifting others. Let's disregard every anxiety and inferiority to showcase our true royalty. Africa, awake. Kefarika, Tetora, Africa, G, Maso. Put on your native attires and beard. Wear your agbada, put on your isiagu, and put on your babariga. Let's dazzle in flowing regardless of our cultural heritage. We shouldn't be shy of our sweet cultural delicacies, meals like tuwo shikafa, egusi, ewedu, oha, and such others. With confidence, let's rise from the valley to the mountain to visualize what we must realize. See, our lives become the epicenter of a prestigious heritage. I speak not just for Lagos. I speak for all of Africa. Ubuntu. We are one. Freedom for Africa.